Hey, what's up?
Ready for book club?
I am obsessed.
This is the worst.
What do you mean?
What? No, idiot.
Welcome to book club. Welcome to book club.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to book
club. I'm really tired and grouchy and PMSing today bad. But it's okay.
And sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes it'd be like that. I'm about to commit a violent murder.
Yeah.
That's
It's understandable.
If
Cannot say I blame you.
Sure, but just feeling grouchy. So, something that makes me not grouchy is talking to you and also book club.
Yeah, that also makes me not grouchy because I am.
Yeah. At least
I've
for the time period
grouch.
while filming book club, I don't feel grouch.
Yeah, I agree. I understand.
Okay. This week we're talking about last week we talked about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2024 wrap up. We are talking about now the most anticipated reads of 2025. And when this has come out, Onyx Storm will have already been released.
For 4 days.
As of right now, it's not released yet, though. I wonder how long it's going to take us to read it.
I don't know. I'm scared, though.
That is the number one anticipated release of January, though. I am also terrified. But I fear we're going to have to read it, like, really quick. I'm going to have a lot going on in between those few days, because later that week, we fly to New York. So we'll be having a girls trip. I will probably be reading a bunch on the plane. Like, we fly out on Thursday or Friday or something. Thursday, I think. Or maybe, maybe Friday.
Or maybe
whatever.
Thursday.
One of those times we'll be on a plane, and I'm going to be reading it. And I took a 3-hour flight, so at that point, I feel like I could have really had a good chunk into it. I'm going to be crying on the plane. I'm going to be crying on a plane.
I'm going to be doing not well. I don't want to cry on a plane.
I will be crying on the plane. I don't care. I'm going to be alone, sitting next to strangers, crying. And they're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with her? And I'm going to be like this.
Fucking fair.
I'm going to be like, don't mess with me right now. This is important. I will knock you out on this plane.
We also wanted to talk about some of our, not our specific theories, but like just theories about Onyx Storm in general.
So if you haven't read Onyx Storm when this episode comes out, lucky you. If you have, then you'll know if we're wrong, which is probably. I do have a theory, though, that I saw. We're going to talk about Onyx Storm just for a minute, and then we'll move on to the rest of the months.
Yeah. What's the theory that you saw?
That, because they said in like Fourth Wing, the first one, when they are doing threshing and everyone's getting their dragons, that basically only the people who are batshit crazy get orange dragons. And
so Brennan's
Violet's
bad.
brother has an orange dragon. Only people who have orange dragons have been bad.
Also, Scale doesn't like Brennan for some reason.
Yeah.
And there was another theory that I saw about Taryn's previous writer, the guy who died, turning into the actual leader of the villain, and he's not actually dead. I think that was the theory. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've also seen the orange dragon theory.
In that, like, there's like a prophecy thing, whatever, like history repeating itself type vibe. And it says that there's like 3 siblings, and there's like a third sibling that basically gets jealous and does dumb shit. So there's people that are thinking that Brennan might go Venom, and this series might, because we're only on the 3rd book of a series. Okay, if we're looking at it in ACOTAR terms, by the first 2 books, we hadn't even had the entire war of Wings and Ruin yet, and Silver Flames didn't even exist. So at this point, there could be a whole other arc. This could become like a like people that are on Violet's side that aren't already Venom, they could just start turning Venom. And then there could be a very different type of Venom and regular person war. I hope people don't just start turning Venom though.
Hear me out. What if Venom are actually bad?
What if Violet turns Venom?
She won't.
But Xaden's Venom. And what if he's like, I'm looking for a cure? What if there is no cure? What if they're supposed to pull magic? No, because pulling the magic from the earth basically kills everything. That can't be good. Venom can't be good. There's no way.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know, dog. I don't know. I
man.
do think the only theory that I really think is like 100% correct is that everybody's dead and Jasenya's the only one alive because she's the one who's like transcribing everything. But I saw one.
There's no reason that in the beginning of Fourth Wing it would say these were all transcribed. Like this like whatever, all transcribed by Jasenia, whatever. Right. If they weren't already dead.
Right. No, I think that one's very correct.
And it says, like, may their souls, whatever, go to Malik or whatever it is.
Right. Yeah. I saw one earlier today of two girls who had a podcast talking about her theory being that the book or the series was going to end with Jasenia basically being like, and that was your mom and dad's story, Liam. And she would have been talking to Xaden and Violet's son, whom they named Liam.
That makes me feel sick to my stomach.
So that was really rude.
Makes me feel sick.
No, literally, like that actually made me be like.
Yeah, but I was also thinking that if Jasenia is alive, I feel like Rebecca Yarros, because at the end of the day, she is a romance writer, would not have set up Sawyer and Jasenia if Sawyer didn't also live. So I'm hoping that they at least live. But also, too, it would make sense for them to all be dead because why else would Taryn, when he, like, bonded with Violet, say that thing that's like, when you go, when you die, I die. Like, you'll be my last rider. Because dragons can keep picking new riders if they want to. But in, like, the first book, Taryn was like, I will not be picking another rider. Yeah. You're my last one. And and Darna, like, literally waited hundreds and hundreds of years.
Also, I saw something that was like, and Darna has either... Did you hang up on her? Oh, no, you didn't. And Darna either has the cure or is the cure to Venom.
Also, I'm an idiot, and I still don't really know what Violet's second
nobody actually knows.
Yeah, Rebecca Yarros was like, I thought everybody would have guessed it by now. So I really do think that it's like the truth sayer thing that, like, if you ask the right question, you cannot help but tell the truth to her. I think that would make sense why Xaden did all that. Like, I'll tell you anything you want. You just have to ask me. And she was like, no, just fucking tell me. And so, like, I genuinely do think that is what people are correct with that one. But, you know, I could be dumb wrong. I also thought that the answer to the riddle in ACOTAR was love. I thought that it was, like, something other than love. Because I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that... Whatever. Like, when you told me you thought it was fairies, I was like, yeah, I mean, that tracks.
Okay, sorry. Fairies makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Fae makes sense.
Love is like, that was like, it was right in front of me. And I was like, still, no. I don't believe it.
Yeah, like, whatever. Like, that one's good. Fairies make sense. Fae tracks. Whatever. Yeah. It was a dumb guess, but it tracks in my head.
But yeah, no, I'm really scared. There was another theory I had. I can't remember it now. I've been seeing all over the place, though, people saying Rebecca Yarros said that one of the character songs in Fourth Wing is The Albatross by Taylor Swift. Cat. So I'm thinking she's definitely going to have her Lysandra arc, her redemption arc. But also, I fucking hate that bitch. So it better be a good arc to get me on her
Honestly,
team.
No. I cannot even blame Kat. I would also be pissed the fuck off if I fumbled Xaden that bad.
That's super fair. I would
also be acting batshit crazy.
Yeah,
if I fumbled
maybe
that
the arc
bag.
doesn't even have to be that good. Maybe I will be on your side. I'm easily convinced, clearly. But yeah,
Okay.
needless to say, I'm terrified and scared, and I'm already like my body's getting prepared to cry and be left on a devastating cliffhanger again.
Yeah.
I hope this is like an 8-book series. I hope it's a long one.
An 8-book series. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do that.
Okay, let's move on to the
can we talk about for a second the fact that I just got on TikTok and people are commenting on the, like, when I said I'm tandem reading and I'm freaking out. They were like, I mean, it's definitely a slower bit. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm not really sure what you mean by this is slow. What is fast? I've not once in the entirety of Throne of Glass felt like, this is slow. In comparison, now I'm looking at the books that we have read and I'm like, oh, that is definitely way slower.
Some are slower
but like
than
whilst
others.
reading it, while I was reading it, I never once thought, this is kind of slow.
Yeah,
I've had nothing but a good time.
I'm not understanding
nothing
that.
but a good time.
No, literally. We're using so
Anyways.
the rest of the months we're using this girl's TikTok. She reads that is the account. She posted like some of the books that she's most excited for, whatever, and did it in a very easy to see way. So that's what we're going to be doing to talk about the books coming up in each month. So,
yeah.
We're not going to talk about all of them because we don't know all of them, but the ones that we do know, we're going to talk about. So, February, Deep End, which is a new Allie Hazelwood rom-com coming out.
Period.
I think
also
originally
it was just called Wet, right?
It was just called Wet. That's foul. And Allie Hazel was like, okay, y'all bullied me into not calling it Wet. We're going to call it Deep End because it's about, I'm assuming it's about swimmers. And I can tell from the fan art, which I kind of prefer the fan art of this one. If you look up the cover of Deep End, if I remember, I'll put a picture of it here. It's not her regular covers with like characters on the front. If you're an Allie Hazelwood reader, it's like just the swimming pool and then like two hands like touching each other or whatever. So I kind of prefer, I mean, I don't really mind the character covers either, but I know you don't like them.
I don't love them. No.
I feel like the hands are pretty cool though. Like it's better at least than the faces.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Why are you making that face?
Marlon is trying to sit by Mochi and Mochi does not fuck with him one bit.
No,
I do know The Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. That's a part of the Blockboard and Butcher, or Butcher and Blocked and Butcher and Bricked, or well, I don't know what the hell it's called, but it's pink.
What you're talking about?
Well, it's on my TBR. I've been wanting
is
to read
stressing
it.
me out every time he crawls across the computer.
Him's not doing nothing.
Is he hitting the keys? I feel like he's gonna turn off the things.
He's not hitting the keys.
Okay.
He doesn't walk on like the keys. He just is being nosy. Anyways, Butcher and Blackbird. That's what it's called, not Butcher and Bricked.
I still don't know what that is. Butcher. I like Butcher and Bricked better. And Bricked. Hello.
It's and Bricked. Hello. It's like it's like dark romance, I think. I've been wanting to read it, but I haven't.
This one
yet.
looks
but
like
I think that's like
on the cover there's a bunch of circus stuff. So I'm thinking this takes place at a circus.
Perhaps. I mean, I haven't read any of the other shit, so I
haven't either. But
and then next, unless you want to talk about the other two that are on there, but
Yext in March. Next in March.
What? I thought you were trying to pronounce something, and I was like, what the hell?
I'm just being an idiot. I do know all these authors. There's Elsie Silver and Lucy Score book coming out. But the main one is Sunrise on the motherfucking Reaping.
Bro.
Another prequel of The Hunger Games, which fuels 13-year-old me so deeply. I am so excited, but also terrified because I obviously know the outcome of Sunrise on the Reaping.
And Haymitch's story is devastating.
And I feel like we're gonna get so much more insight on what happens to Snow in between Songbirds and Snakes
In between,
and
yeah.
Hunger Games. Because, like,
Bro.
last thing we left off on Songbirds and Snakes was him trying to kill, sorry if you haven't read it, whatever. Spoilers here if you haven't read it. Skip forward. But last thing we get is this whole debacle with Lucy at the end of Songbirds and Snakes. Lucy's never to be seen again, and he goes back to the capital
and loses his ever-loving mind.
Basically becomes, like, has his villain arc, and then Sunrise on the Reaping is gonna be the in-between before he is the evil President Snow of Hunger Games. So, also,
it'll be 40 years after. It'll be like a middle-aged Snow, because the 10th Hunger Games...
They're not close in age. Like, I think Snow is definitely older, but not by much. And Haymitch was 14 or 15 when he was...
He's definitely way older. He's definitely old enough. Yes, because he was 18 on the 10th Hunger Games.
18 on the 10th Hunger Games. And what was this Hunger Games? The
50th? Yeah, it was the second quarter quell.
Okay.
So he's like 40. 58. 58. Because he was 18 plus 40 years is 58.
That would be...
So he'll be...
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm not good at math in my brain. You're right.
He'll be
58. And Haymitch will be like 15. So yeah, okay, we're getting like Silver Fox Snow. Damn, that means we're not going to get Tom Blythe as Snow again, and that makes me sad.
But he's in that one movie.
He is in that one movie, The People
We Meet on Vacation. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm really excited for that. I'm terrified.
I might read the Lucy Score one. I've read the Knock 'Em Out series. Yeah,
is the Story
depending
of
on
My
what
Life
it is.
a part of a series, or is it a standalone?
No, I don't. I've not heard of it. So, but I've read 4 of her books. I read the entire Knock 'Em Out series, and then I read the Christmas Fix, which I didn't really like. But unfortunately, I feel like I'm just not a like seasonal book type of person. It just pisses me off.
I like them, but it does depend on there's some I think I am the pickiest about writing with rom-coms specifically, because for me, a romance, like a light, when it's romance in the way that like it's like a light romance, like it's not dark romance at all, it's not extremely smutty, it's just like one of those basic romances,
right?
And rom-coms, like I kind of put those together, like they can go so I feel like they walk a fine line of good and bad, that where other book series has a lot, like or genres have a lot more going on, where it's easier for me to look past if the writing is subpar.
Right.
If it is just a romance, I have a very hard time looking past bad writing, which is why like Emily Henry and Allie Hazelwood books are millions and millions and millions of miles ahead than say like a Lori Gilmore Pumpkin Spice Cafe type book.
Yeah.
So like I worry that like Lucy's scores maybe like it could be a little too bland, because
the Knock 'Em Out series was really fun.
Okay.
I personally really liked it. That's why I didn't like Pumpkin Spice, because it felt like following a friend group of people getting into relationships in their 30s and 40s. The only I guess thing that I didn't like about the Knock 'Em Out series is that these were like 40-year-old people and they couldn't figure out how to talk about their feelings, and nothing pisses me off more than a deadbeat millennial. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Don't act like that. At your big age, you're acting like that? No.
Crazy.
Immediately no. But
we have
maybe, I don't know.
We have another big one in April.
Fuck. Oh my God. Yeah. April is my month. There's 2.
By Lauren Roberts.
I've already pre-ordered Great Big Beautiful Life.
Okay. I actually
by
haven't,
Emily Henry.
But
I
have
pre-ordered
Fearless
it
by Lauren Roberts, which I think would be my top most anticipated of April, because it's the ending of the Powerless trilogy. We have not ended at that point in time. We will have finished Throne of Glass, but past that, I haven't finished any of the series I've started within the past year. Like, actually, that's not true. I finished like the romance ones, but there's not been a fantasy series.
Other than
I cannot
Akatar.
fathom Powerless being over. I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning and immediately reread it, because
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I need as much of Kyazer as I can.
Like, no one hits the way Kyazer hits.
No. And then we have Emily Henry, another Emily Henry romance coming out, Great Big Beautiful Life. And Emily Henry books hit so deeply, just like out of the blue. Like, you'll be reading it, having a great time, and then you'll get to the end of it and be like, oh, I cried 7 times reading that. So and that's how I felt reading Beach Read or Happy Place, something titled Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm going to cry about it. I can already feel it.
Literally.
I'm going to cry about it. I don't know what's going on there, but I know I'm going to cry about it. Fearless.
Also, there's a
gonna make
Anna Wong book in there.
Yes, King of Envy, which is the
we haven't started the King
series.
of, yeah, we haven't started that yet, but let me tell you
that's
about how
exciting.
excited I am to get back into Anna Wong.
I love that girl. The Twisted
I
series
love that
had
girl.
me hook, line, and sinker. I love her.
Yeah.
And also we have Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage, which I have like it's like I don't know if they're a series or a friend group or just the same universe, but it's like a country romances. So I have Done and Dusted on my shelf, but I haven't read it yet.
The Abby Jimenez books, I own one. I own Something About Last Summer. I also haven't read it because I ordered it at the end of summer.
I have one of those too, and it's like
Meet Me
this
at the
summer,
Lake.
I have one called This Summer Will Be Different.
Perhaps that's the one that I have as well. I don't know. I know I own one Abby Jimenez book, but is that how you say her last name? I'm assuming.
Bro, I have no idea. But I will say, this one that's being released in April is called Say You'll Remember Me. I'll tell you right the fuck now, I will not be reading that. I will not be reading that. No. That sounds devastating.
Standing in a nice dress. They're also staring at the sunset.
I bet it is Taylor Swift inspired, and I would love that. But there's also a dog in it, and I feel like on the cover there's a dog. I don't know. I feel like my first impression was I think somebody dies in that.
Oh my God.
Like what if it's like a cancer trope or something? I can't handle that.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
No. That ended in 2013.
No, it didn't, because they just did that movie, that romance movie, Something About Time, with Florence Pugh and what's his face? The Spider-Man
Andrew
guy.
Garfield.
Yeah. And she gets cancer in that movie and dies.
Oh. Why would you tell me that?
I think. I haven't seen the movie, but I don't know. I saw something about her being in like a hospital and the very like not cliche, but like when, I don't know, she looked like she had her head shaved and the dad was crying and the daughter was crying, and I don't know, man. It looked sad as shit. And it's something about like, we have time, or I don't know, something about time. And I'm like, right, okay. Terminal illness is what that's giving.
There was also Me Before You, but that was like 2015. I don't really. It was with Finnick and some other girl. He was in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Ooh, that's one of the saddest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think I ever watched the movie, and I read about 3/4 of the book and I was like, fuck you, I'm not finishing this.
No, the ending of that, I saw the movie in theaters because I didn't know any better. I didn't read the book, and I thought, oh, a romance, and both these people are so pretty, and it's the worst. It's the worst. Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that movie or read that book, at the end, the dude, he like does the thing where you can like legally kill yourself. And makes her be there to watch. You know what? To be there with him while he does that.
You know what? If I was terminally ill and I was denied my right to fucking off myself peacefully, I'd be pretty pissed. In high school, that was one of the things that I would like. They were like, pick a persuasive argument. And I was like, here's what I'm going to tell you about. First of all, abortion. Second of all, I think we should be able to kill ourselves. But That's really fucking sad. And I could have
It's so sad.
actually my whole life without knowing it. So
Yep, nope.
that's
really
really
terrible. I see clips from it all the time on TikTok and like my YouTube
No.
shorts and stuff. Fearless
Immediately no.
though, I don't even have any like thought processes on like or conspiracies on what's going to happen in Fearless.
I don't want to know either.
I know that the Reckless ended with a crazy cliffhanger. And
One thing about me, I am Lauren Roberts' passenger princess.
Yep. She will tell
I don't care
me
what
when
happens.
she's ready.
Yeah.
She'll tell me when she's ready. Actually,
That's
I do
for
care
Lauren.
I do
care what happens.
Because if anything happens to Kai Azar, I'll show up at her door.
This is for Lauren Roberts to know and for me to find out.
No, literally.
So,
I will
that's how
sit
I
here
feel
until
about
she
Fearless.
tells me what I need to know.
Literally. Period.
Okay.
May, there's only one author that I even recognize.
Okay, actually, so the last book that the Abby Jimenez, whatever that is, I don't have any of her books. I have Carly Fortune.
You have a Carly
books.
Fortune book?
Yeah, one Golden Summer.
Their
comes
covers
out.
look the exact
They look
same.
very similar. But I have, that was the one that was This Summer Will Be Different, is Carly Fortune. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it this summer.
I have Meet Me
Catherine
by the
Center,
Lake by her.
There's a Catherine Center book. I've never read one of hers, but it's called The Love Haters, and it looks like a little
won't be
beachy,
reading that.
fun. Why?
That cover is pissing me off. That cover's pissing me off, and the title's pissing me off. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, I will judge a book by its cover. Fuck fair. You.
No, that's fair. The Love Haters. I don't know. Maybe. I have a lot of other books.
Millennial ass title. Millennial ass title.
Okay, no, you've convinced me. I won't be reading it. That is a millennial ass title. And I don't know any other books. But if anybody else does, Rewind It Back by Liz Tom Ford. Book 3 of the Lakefront Billionaires, Lauren Asher. Kennedy Wren, Can't Get Enough. And The Night and the Moth, Rachel Gillig. Let's see. June.
Caught up. That's the one that's with Lights Out.
Nevessa Allen. The
Lights
cover
Out.
on this one looks cool. It looks like
we've heard TikTok audios.
No, I don't know if I can do this though. I don't know if I can do this though.
Why?
Because the cover is a biker helmet.
Okay, but you've heard audio from Lights Out and it goes crazy.
What audio?
And I think TikTok audios.
Which one?
Well, I'm not going to tell it to you right now because I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you had one in mind. Is it the guy?
No,
it's
just
not
like
the one where the guy gets on the table and dances, right? It's not that.
No, that's the blonde guy.
That's been in my head though. We should read that.
Aaron Warner. No, that's not Aaron Warner.
No, it's Grayson something.
That's wrong.
It is Grayson.
There are so many men. If you haven't read and you've only seen like clips of it, like I feel like other readers understand the struggle that is like seeing a clip about a book and you're like, oh shit, that's convinced me to read it. And so you have this like scene in your head and then you're like, shit, what book boyfriend was that?
No, literally. It's like I need fucking I need a post-it note or like a flashcard for each one. Yeah. I can't keep track of them anymore.
No, literally. Until you read it, like I don't feel like you fully understand the lore.
There's one on here
so many to read.
There's one on here that I don't know. Like I don't know this author, Lisa Jewell. But the cover looks really cool and the title is Don't Let Him In. It looks like a thriller. And it looks like one that I maybe would really like.
I would read that for sure.
I'm going to look it up right now. Don't Let Him In. Let's see if there has
also
the description.
Taylor Jenkins Reid, Atmosphere. She's the one who wrote The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. And the way that she writes her books is so cool and interesting to me. So that might be a good read.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. Let's see if it'll give me the... Okay. Ooh, yeah. Psychological thriller. Don't Let Him In is a psychological thriller by Lisa Jewell that tells the story of a woman whose life is manipulated by a man with many secrets. Oh, this one will fire me up. This will make me angry. He appears
That'll piss
to be
me off.
This is even worse. He appears to
No.
be the ideal partner, professing his love and quickly moving into her home and heart. However, he starts disappearing for days at a time, leaving her with no knowledge of his whereabouts or companions. As she reflects, she realizes she would tell herself, don't let him in.
Oh my God, not the love bombing and then he's a serial killer.
We have got to read that. That sounds
read it.
crazy, and it would make me feel feral, but not a
That's
good feral, like an
crazy.
angry feral, like I'm gonna set
No,
the
like
world on fire.
I'm gonna kill men. Angry. Like I'm gonna kill men feral. Yeah. Love when that one happens.
Okay, next July we have.
I don't know any of these.
I don't know any of these. If anybody else does on this TikTok, anyways, Lana Ferguson's Overruled. Love your last name, girl. And then Lynn Painter, Made for Each Other. Okay, that one looks like a butler and a maid rom-com. I don't know about, or not a butler. It looks like a rich dude and a maid.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
No.
Overruled might look good though. It looks like two lawyers.
Yeah, Overruled looks kind of
And
like,
the cover, she's like leaning over the table, grabbing his tie. I love a grab your tie moment. And then in the middle, Julie Soto, Rose in Chains. Looks like a fantasy. Don't know it.
yeah.
Same thing in August. I don't know any of these.
These are just fall.
Oh, just fall. Okay, yeah, because it's that so late in the year that we aren't gonna have like for sure's. There's like a Christmas one, The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker, Catabasis. I don't know that. I don't know any of these authors.
Oh, it's R.F. Kuang though.
I don't know who that
R.F. Kuang
is.
wrote. Yeah, you do. She wrote. I think it's a woman. Wrote Babel and oh fuck, what's the other one?
Wrote Babel.
Babel.
The hell is Babel?
Yes, it is a woman. Babel, The Poppy War, Yellowface.
Oh, the Poppy War. Okay, I do know that.
Babel. It looks like this.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, the picture didn't load, so I don't. Sorry.
We also have The Maiden and Her Monster, Alchemized.
There.
Yeah, no, I don't know that.
You never seen that? Oh, it's like a historical fiction, I think. I'm not certain. I think Christian got it for me for Christmas.
Yeah, honestly, of all the ones of the books that I don't know, or the authors that I don't know, the one that I'm most excited for is Don't Let Him In, because that sounds
That looks good.
And
That
I would
looks
like
really
to read another thriller that makes me feel crazy, like We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cooler. I don't know, I'm looking at it right now.
Someone commented on one of our videos on how to say it, and it
I don't
went
remember.
in one ear and out the other.
Yeah. I appreciate the help, but my brain can't retain that information. It's too busy holding the song lyrics from 2007. So I simply don't have that much room going on in there.
No, literally.
But I want a thriller that, if you watched our October wrap up, we talked about We Used to Live Here. But long story short, I felt kind of unsatisfied with the ending of it. Like I still felt unsure of what was going on. So I want to read a thriller that's like makes me feel crazy and then actually wraps things up at the end. So maybe this one would do that. Because that would feel cool and also crazy and psycho, and
I love a good thriller.
The description really hooked me.
I
A manipulative man love
thriller.
bombs and then does something crazy, like tries to kill people or something. Yeah, I hope she kills him.
Yeah, no, same.
I hope that's how the book ends. I hope he ends up gone. Yeah.
I agree. I love a good thriller, and I love books written by women.
Period. No, in our personal book club, I opted out of a few of the books this month just because I've been really busy and I have a lot of other shit going on and other books I want to read. But I don't even remember what book it was, but there was one book that was apparently written about men by a man. And one of the people in our book club put in our group chat and was like, I can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts. I've never read a book about men by a man written in this way. Like, I can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts on it. I texted Maddie. I said, ain't nobody want to hear my thoughts on this. I don't want to read a book about men by men.
Everybody has rated it so highly, though. It's called Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, which, if you're not familiar with that, perhaps you are familiar with The Martian, which was a movie and also a book in 2015. Well, the book was probably before 2015, but the movie was 2015 or 16, maybe. Yeah. And it had Mark Wahlberg in it. And it was a very cool movie. It's like Interstellar vibes.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if
it's like has to do with space. Like this
you
guy's
not
in
giving a fuck
space.
about space is crazy work.
I literally don't
to
give a
me.
shit about space. I could not care less about what the fuck is going on in space.
So I've
not,
actually never been
matter.
more stressed about anything than what is happening in space. And
That's
also in
crazy.
the ocean.
In
Because
the ocean,
why don't we
yes,
know?
I am very concerned about what's going on in the ocean, and I feel like it is. I feel like we really need to be focusing on that shit, and we really need to be focusing on climate change and fucking greenhouse gases, because we're gonna fucking boil ourselves.
We're
alive
dying.
In this we're gonna boil ourselves alive in this.
Which is
little
why we
Earth
need to be concerned
bubble.
about what's in space, because what if they try to send us there? What if there's other guys?
No, we don't need to be worried about fucking space. We need to be worried about the fucking ocean so that we don't have to go to space. And they're like, but aliens and things that are light years away. Right, motherfucker. You can't even put your pants on correctly in the morning. Why do you think you can handle going to space? We couldn't handle this one planet. We couldn't. If we can't handle this one fucking goddamn planet, you just want to find a new planet every time you burn another one alive? I don't think so.
I feel like perhaps if we left the men here, like what if we actually took that little phrase, men go to Jupiter to get more stupider, and like we actually put all the men on Jupiter perhaps, and we find our own place to go?
I think we should
just the women.
Be
I
here on
just
Earth.
feel like we would thrive as a society.
I agree, and I also think that Earth is a beautiful, magical place, and women are connected to the Earth, and that's why men want to destroy it.
Yes, and they should go to Jupiter to get stupider.
I agree.
Why aren't they there?
Or they should go to Venus and get a bigger penis.
Get out of my face. No. No. My very educated mother Venus is hot too.
Just send them on a little trip around the galaxy. They can learn some things maybe, and then we
can like take them in groups and dispense them on different planets so we can find which one would be the best to inhabit them and which one would make them suffer. And the good men can go to the one where like it's inhabitable and like they can live fine, and then we take all the bad men and we put them on the planet where they suffer. You know?
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah. And
I just think that we really should be focusing on the ocean, and I don't give a shit about space. I think it's ridiculous.
So first of all, what if
gotta look at space? I don't care about
space.
space.
No, men shouldn't be in charge of anything. They shouldn't have rights.
Maddie,
who said that?
Crazy.
Who said that? I don't know who said that.
Jesus Christ.
Just kidding. Some men should have rights. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He should have the right to get away from the wrinkle. I've had enough.
Oh my god.
Sorry guys, I'm on one. I'm on one today.
Oh my god, we might need to end the episode. It's only gonna get worse, I fear.
It's been 40 minutes. I need to take this and I need to say my intrusive thoughts to just carry alone where there's no there's no bite.
Take everything we say with a grain of salt, you guys. This is
first of all, we've never been serious about a goddamn thing.
No, we've never been serious a moment in our lives. If you're a man who listens to this, you're probably cool. So
yeah, and we like you.
And we like you.
And we'd give you a fist bump.
Yeah, a little fist bump. Maybe a little booty bump.
Yeah.
We would not send you to a bad planet, okay? Listen, if we were in charge, if we were the presidents of the world, we wouldn't send you to a planet. We wouldn't.
I might.
Maddie, I wouldn't let her do it. We're like the devil and the angel, except sometimes the devil and the angel are holding hands and skipping and, you know.
And sometimes we kissing on the mouth.
Yeah, sometimes we're kissing on the mouth. So do with that what you will.
We have to end this fucking episode. I'm being crazy.
Okay. Thanks for coming to Book Club, guys. Love you.
Thanks for coming to Book Club.
Call
See
it
you
here.
See
Sorry
you in 2
about
weeks.
that.